Hey, welcome to another Money Today. Plato's Cave edition. What is going on with crypto? Everybody, I get a lot of questions about it. People hit me up. They're like, hey, have your bags changed? What's going on? And nothing has changed. In fact, if you can go to our Discord, link in the description. And I have covered so many coins. And I have shown you all of the connections and the different reasons why things are going the way they are. And the fact that R3 is the banks and Hyperledger behind a lot of this. And the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. With those three, you just see so much of what's going on in crypto. They're all working together. In fact, I think here was a post I just did the other day, right? March 11th. Blockchain foundations will include multiple chains. Look at Hyperledger, Ethereum, and of course, the banks. So it's just all one thing, my friends, and you will see. But HBAR is included in this because, HBAR, Quant, Algo, same old people, same old things, same old standards being made. And so everything is set to run. Yes. I mean, if you were to ask me, yes, I would say the same old coins have the same old potentials. But is it real? I mean, what is actually going on? Are we just building an infrastructure that all of this will be wiped away, but the same technology will be used that is being built? And, it'll integrate with AI and whatever. As likely as nothing. I mean, here, take a look at the top coins right now. In fact, actually, let's go back to my post here for a second. Thanks, Chris. I've honestly not been paying attention. I've just been holding and chilling for the past year. Either it moons or it dies. I am on for the ride. In the end, everything is fake and manipulated. The dollar for one, right? There is no supply and demand of dollars. It is whatever is typed into a computer at this point. And I get a kick out of, people, even somebody like Ron Paul, who I respected for so long. I still do, really. I've met the guy. Seems genuine, but at the same time, how can he go and say, we need to pay the national debt or something when that's impossible? Money is created as debt. If all of it was paid off, there would be no money in circulation, and we would still owe billions, trillions of dollars. So because of the interest, which can't be paid off because it was never created. I could go down the line on that. If anybody who doesn't understand it, let me know. I mean, I would be willing to go into it. But let's just say there is no such thing as the dollar. It's just a figmented nothing. It's a lot to us because we got to pay our bills. But for the people who are behind the narrative and, yes, behind crypto, it is not about the money in the end. Money is just a tool. It's an incentive. Show me an incentive and I will show you the result. And that is being used over and over on every side. If you look right now, it's things like video games or movies or anything in Hollywood. Or politics or immigration or whatever you want to look at. This is all based on incentives. So say like a BlackRock, the Fed gives BlackRock a bunch of money. BlackRock funds all of these things and you think, oh, they're for good, they're for inclusion or whatever. But they're really not. They're for division, number one, and whatever other propaganda that they're trying to push to get to an end goal. It is definitely not about the money. And so crypto, you got to remember, is also not about the money. They will use making people rich. Remember, everybody was on board for Bitcoin because it was anti-bank. And that's how Bitcoin started. It's going to kill the banks. Well, now BlackRock has an ETF and has the most probably Bitcoin of anyone. And they are the banks and they're run directly by the Fed. So, and they have already said that they are here to control narratives. They are here to force compliance. So when I say it's all one thing, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And this doesn't come from just me out of the blue or me, watching some conspiracy theory videos. This is for me digging into all of these corporations, as you've seen on this channel, and showing you who's involved and what they're behind and what they're doing. Let's just go to OpenAI and say, oh, how did Larry Summers get, when this whole thing blew up, the first person put on the board was Larry Summers and somebody from the Gates Foundation. It's all one thing, and it's all one narrative. And what we're doing, yelling back and forth with each other, really is Plato's Cave. And that's why I call this the Plato's Cave edition. My favorite version of Plato's Cave is actually the really, really old one. It was put up here 14 years ago, but it's older than that. And I will put that in the description. I highly suggest you all kind of think about what's going on in the world and then watch it and just kind of see where your mind takes you. And I would argue that everything that I've said on my videos is nothing but discussing the shadows on the wall.
They would only see the shadows. And if they were able to converse with one another, would they not suppose that they were naming what was actually before them?
I was hoping that discussing the shadows on the wall and going through them would eventually get me to a higher understanding of what's happening so that I could, head up the stairs maybe. But alas, that really hasn't been the case. I see no more rhyme or reason for what's going on than I did when I started this channel. I will continue to look, and I come back to this channel when I think I have something to say to you. And this is why I'm coming to you asking your opinions on this. I don't think we understand what crypto is for. And at first I thought it was just to get the anti-banking people into the system, right? Because crypto is 100% trackable. And so you get everybody into Bitcoin, you make them rich. Now they're stuck in the system. Once somebody has made money on something, it's very hard to get them out. So they're going to continue to be here. The people in the streets, everybody will just do what they're told. It's the counterculture people that you need to get on board first. And this is the way the Federal Reserve was created in the first place. They got the counter people on board first, saying it was going to kill the banks. And then lo and behold, it was written by the banks. Same type of thing. If you look at these, race narratives, and it's just male versus female narratives, and all of these different all these different narratives, they're all one push for one thing. But for the love of everything, I can't see what that thing is. And this is where I thought that all of my research would pay off and I would be able to see where that one thing was headed. It doesn't seem to be a great place, but it might be. I've always maintained that if the powers that be or that one thing wanted to get rid of everybody, it could happen in a second and we would blame each other for it. It would be so simple. So I don't think that's the end goal. I don't know what the end goal is. I know this video is coming off like some sort of crazy conspiracy video, but in the end, I don't care because I'm making this video to try to understand. And a lot of people are in crypto just to make money. That's all wonderful and good. And I wholeheartedly support that as, somebody who actually has to pay rent just like everybody else here. I understand it. And I can understand why some people would be happy that BlackRock gets on board with crypto because it helps make give them more money. But what it does is just centralize that power just a little bit more. Centralize those narratives just a little bit more. And it's going to happen. There's nothing going on that's going to stop it. I don't see anything in the pipeline that's going to stop what's going on. So what I wanted to do is just see. I mean, when you think about cash, right? I love cash. I still use cash whenever I can, but it is inconvenient. It is way more difficult. Being able to just go in, even like you go to Whole Foods now, you scan your palm, right? I mean, pretty soon you won't have to do anything, not even an iris scan. You just walk in, your body signature will probably be read. That is way more convenient. As much as we hate it, people are going to love it. And I've heard this from people in China. They absolutely love the social credit score, the social credit program, at least for right now, because they don't have to carry anything anymore. They carry their cell phone. That is it. They don't have to carry a wallet. They don't have to carry money. They don't have to think about anything. You just carry your cell phone around, and pretty soon it won't be a cell phone, right? And it's so convenient. And in the end, it is impossible, not impossible, but it's very unlikely to beat convenience. And that is where crypto is headed. It is convenience. Crypto is better. And so how do you, since it is better, it is likely to be the final solution, and it will track every single thing all of the time. And that will be more convenient until it isn't. But, as I was saying in the here, as in my opinion, there's no reason why it will go up or down. There isn't any reason why it went up. No reason. No real reason that I can see why crypto is all of a sudden doing super well. I mean, you could say that the BlackRock ETF, but why is, so much money being pointed at? As for proof, just take a look at the meme coins. And so that's what I did the past 24 hours. Dog with hat, Pepe, Bonk, Dogecoin, Floki, Shiba Inu. These are your top coins, along with, a couple of others. But it's mostly, even if there's technology behind the meme, the main thing that you're seeing is a meme, right? Dog with hat is a meme. That's a funny picture with a dog with a hat. Pepe, if I was to give any advice, and I'm not taking this advice myself, by the way, because I just don't care that much, but I would say Pepe, until probably the day before the election at least, is going to continue to go up. Now, it's already gone up quite a bit. I mean, I don't know if I would get on board at 4 billion, but you know what? I would not be surprised if this is 20 billion before the election, but I would say all crypto might go down. It will probably hold its value better than most cryptos. Now, it's not financial advice, of course, because I have no idea what's going on. I'm just guessing that, the smart money would probably push this as far as it could go and then try and suck out all the value at the last minute. But I think in the end, that's what I'm trying to say, is I have no idea what's going on. All I could see is behind the scenes. I see R3, Hyperledger, Enterprise Ethereum Alliance kind of controlling everything. Some crazy stuff going on with the US-China relations. I don't know what that means. You saw my last video that Jim Breyer's wife just mysteriously died. That is a really big deal. She is a really big deal. Mitch McConnell's wife's sister, big into China. Jim Breyer pulling out of China. That usually means something's going to happen in about 6 months. They want, when people do something, like you see all of these big CEOs cashing out, selling tons of their stocks. They usually, this is a way pre-planned, at least 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. But whatever the thing is going to happen, of the reason why they're doing that, will happen eventually when nobody is remembering that they did this. And so I anticipate whatever's going to go on with China, why Jim Breyer pulled out and everything. He said 18 months. As soon as everybody forgets about all this stuff and won't remember it, then that's when the reasons for all of this will come out. That's sheerly my opinion. You see with Cardano scaling, Firefly, Hyperledger, one more thing, right? I also wanted to ask you guys about El Salvador. Have any of you been there? Have any of you tried to spend Bitcoin there? It's intriguing, because they drop income tax from 30% to 0% tax for international investments and money transfers. That's huge. The fact that I haven't looked into that because it just came out, but I find that very interesting, and I'd love to have your opinion on it and what this will mean for El Salvador. It has become more and more expensive, and I have been looking to go there just for fun. I love travel. So love to hear your opinion on it. And I will say once again, any crypto that can be bought is useless as money. It's really kind of useless as anything, but as far as storing anything or banking on, pun intended, because BlackRock could just use money coming from the Fed to buy all of it, then manipulate it. Any crypto, if you can buy it for $1, it's easily manipulated. But not only by the dollar, the Fed will just get Tether USDC could just print it out of nothing, which is obviously part of the Fed. There's no way that the Fed is just being like, oh yeah, Tether, go ahead and print another billion. We don't care. No, give me a freaking break. It is all one game. And how that game is shaping out, what is going to happen, has been the focus of this channel since the beginning. And I still have no idea. And when I do know, I will be more than happy to share it with everybody. And if you have any clues, any real clues, please go to the Discord and leave a comment. There's always something very interesting going on. And we have channels for a lot of the different cryptos here. So please come and leave your opinion. And even if you just think I'm some crazy guy, hey, at least I've looked into things as best I can. So thank you. Oh, and the reason for the glasses and the background and all this stuff, I work with lasers, and my other channel is about lasers. So Valley Forged, if you want to go take a look at it. And I will see you in the next one. Love y'all.